Hello, aspiring scriptwriters. I'm Marigold, and welcome to our unique journey into the realm of AI-assisted scriptwriting. What's in an outline? On screen, you'll see the script outline prompt. It states to generate your script outline, it's best if you know the following: your title, the genre, the logline, and the brief overview. If you already have your title, genre, and logline, but you need the brief overview, you can use the following prompt to create your brief overview. The first part of the prompt states prompt, and then you see genre in between some quotation marks. Right next to that, it says enter your film's genre here. That is where you would enter your genre or genre and subgenre. You would also enter your title. You could enter your logline, which would be your 1 to 2 sentence summary of the film. And then the important part of this prompt is where it says request. So you're going to ask the AI to provide you with the brief overview. The instructions for that say, based on the genre, title, and logline provided, write a 2 to 3 sentence brief overview for the film script. Now, this is a direct command that you are giving the AI to write this content for you. It goes on further to state, include the following details: the main characters and their roles, a more detailed description of the main conflict, the character's journey and evolution, and any additional key plot points or elements that add depth to the story. Now, the specific details that you get within the brief overview is something that you can add to your script outline prompt, but again, if you do not have that, you can still move forward. So on screen, you see the script outline prompt, where it states to write an outline for a feature film using this guide. Again, you would enter your film's title, the genre for the film, the logline, the brief overview that you just created, and then it would direct the AI to go ahead and outline Act 1, which includes the setup. It also includes the inciting incident. It asks to describe the event that sets the main story in motion. It asks for the plot point 1 to be described. It also flows right into Act 2, which is the confrontation. So there's information that you can input yourself if you have it, or with just that basic information from your logline and the brief overview, the AI can pinpoint and generate that content for you. Now, if you don't like what the AI generates, you can guide the AI, you can ask for additional information. Remember, the AI is just a resource. It is a writing tool for you to guide and direct. Now, moving on past the midpoint, where you describe the pivotal moment that raises the stakes or changes the protagonist's understanding, we also then move into plot point 2, where you describe a significant event that makes the protagonist's goal seem within reach. Then Act 3 occurs, which includes the climax, where you describe the moment of most intense conflict or the turning point. We then flow right into the falling action, where you describe the aftermath of the climax, and then the resolution, which describes how the story ends and how the characters have changed. So as you can see, there are very specific details within the script outline prompt. If there are other details that you want, don't be bashful. Add any content that you want within the prompt, use it, make it work for you. Without further ado, let's go and see what Claude and ChatGPT-4 will generate for us today. As you can see, ChatGPT-4 and Claude 2 are up on my screen. I'm going to go ahead and plug in the different prompts on both GPT-4 and in Claude, just so that y'all can see the difference between the two. So I'm going to pick one of these items to kind of play with a prompt for generating a script. I'm going to use something very basic and not very succulent. I'm just going to tell it to write me a script outline for this concept. Now I am going to grab, let's see, what do we want to do? Let's do the ticking time bomb, the doomsday time bomb. So I'm going to go ahead and pick on ChatGPT-4. I'm picking the fourth title, which is Beyond Aurora. And I'm going to put that right underneath here. I'm just stating, write me a script outline for this concept. I have provided all of the information regarding the title, the log line, the tropes, themes, and the genre, subgenre. I'm going to actually do the same thing on the Claude screen. So give me just a minute here to make a little bit of room. And I'm going to go up and actually grab, let's do the crystal cave. And I'm going to plug that in. And let's see what a very bare-boned prompt will do for us. Okay, so our outline, it is automatically giving me an outline for Act 1, Act 2, and Act 3. Now, taking a look at this, both of them gave me a similar outline. So as you can see, I have my introduction. ChatGPT-4 gave me my introduction. It started with Act 1. I can see my inciting incident. I can see Act 2. I can see my midpoint, Act 3, my climax. Now, say I wanted, this one has actually given me an Act 4. So say I wanted a 3-act structure and maybe I wanted it to follow the Snyder beat sheet. Could I do that? Yes. So say you want to do that, all you have to do is tell ChatGPT what it is that you're looking for. So let's say to revise this outline concept using the Snyder beat sheet. Let's do the same thing over on Claude. And let's go ahead and submit those and take a look at what it gives us. So under ChatGPT-4, it immediately started giving me the opening image to the script outline. It's giving me the theme stated, the setup, the catalyst, and it went all the way down to show me, let's see, all 15 of the major beats of the Snyder beat sheet. Now, one of the things that I found interesting over on Claude is that Claude kept the title, the log line, and then it went ahead and mentioned the beat sheet, but it still gave me all the same information that ChatGPT-4 gave me. Now, if I were actually going to take one of these bodies and flesh it out and write it, I would actually spend quite a bit of time going over all of the beats, making sure that those major beats were exactly what I wanted. I would make sure that there was nothing vague in there that the AI could misconstrue. But for the sake of time, I want to be able to show you some of the other prompts. So I am not going to drill down into this content again, just because I would like to be able to show you the different prompts. So now I'm going to show you another prompt that we can do. Now, on this one, it states to generate your script outline. It's best if you know the following: your title, genre, logline, and brief overview. Now, we should already have, by this time, if you're using the prompt, we would already have the title and the genre and the logline. Now, we may not have the brief overview, but this prompt, you actually don't have to have anything at all in it, and it will still process something. If all you have is, say, your log line, you can input that information. So let me show you how you would do that. So I'm over on Claude, as you can see. My prompt is in JSON, and my prompt says list the genre, and it says enter your film's genre here. That's where you would type in what kind of genre it is. You would, under title, you could enter your title here. If you leave it blank, the AI is going to fill something in for you. Logline, enter a 1-sentence summary of your film here. Now, you can either bring your own in here, or if you have used the template and want to use one of the ones that was generated early on, then by all means, grab one of those. Or if you leave it blank, it will actually fill in those areas for you. Now, what I am actually requesting is, so here, the request, I want a brief overview. If I have one, I'm going to put that in there. But if I don't have one, I can use this prompt also to help me generate my outline brief overview. Now, why is it important to have your brief overview? Your brief overview kind of gives you a little bit more information. So you're going to have your title, your log line, and your brief overview. Your brief overview will give you a little bit more information about the story. So let me show you what that does. So now this gave me a brand new body of work. It gave me, the genre is drama. The title is The Last Sunset. And the logline is, as a terminally ill man struggles to mend the relationship with his estranged son during one last road trip, they both come to terms with past regrets. So that was the logline. But take a look at what the brief overview gives me. The Last Sunset is, it's a drama about a distant father-son relationship. So after, the man receives his terminal diagnosis, he's a retired mechanic. He decides to take one last road trip with his estranged son, hoping to heal old wounds before it's too late. As they journey across the country, long suppressed emotions rise to the surface, forcing both men to confront painful regrets, re-examine their choices, and to recognize the redemptive power of forgiveness. So that gives me a little bit more information, and it would actually feed the AI with additional content for when we're looking to flesh out the outline and or the treatment. So if you are writing this content and you already have it, hold on to your logline and your brief overview. So let's take a look at what So I actually didn't remove the top part, so let me go ahead and do that. So I'm going to paste this in here. I am going to remove the content that is not needed. Otherwise, it prompts chat to start writing more prompts. So let's go ahead and, so on this one, let me go in and find, just so that I can show you how this one works. I'm going to use the Warrior's Oath. So that would go here under enter your genre. Now keep in mind the same thing that happened in Claude, how it generated it with nothing in there. Same thing can happen in chat. So if you don't know what you want in there and you just want a whole bunch of different ones to look at, you can definitely do that and then pick one that you like and then flesh it out. So I am going to paste this one in here. Now keep in mind, I need that brief overview. So I'm hoping to get that information. So let's see, we have a title. So I put that in the wrong place a while ago, guys. Let's see. I am going to put that in the right place now. So this one would be, let's go with drama. No, not drama. Let's go with historical, and let's do samurai. And let's do the log line, and let's put it in the right place this time. Okay, so I have that all filled in, and what we're requesting is for the brief overview. So let's take a look at what it gives us. So here it gave us our brief overview, and you can see how long this is. And it talks about following the epic journey of a samurai. So it's talking about the destruction of his village by a ruthless warlord. He's determined to reclaim his home. He embarks on a challenging quest to rally, the diverse and often feuding samurai clans that are scattered across the region. He's inspiring them to unify against their common enemy. Among his journey, he grapples with honor, loyalty, and his own personal vendetta. So it gives us more information for the AI to take forward. Now, just like what happened in Claude, I want to go ahead and show you that you don't have to have anything in there for it to actually pull something up. And if I tell it, I don't have one, can you provide one? And there you have it. So again, your brief overview can be really, really helpful when you are looking to input additional information when it comes time to kind of play with your treatment and your outline. Okay, so we're going to move on to a prompt for outline. So I'm going to go ahead and paste this in here. Now, if you take a look at it, it says write an outline for a feature film using this guide. And you can enter your film's title within the prompt. You can enter your genre. You can enter your log line, and there's a section right here for your film overview. And that's why you want that content, because I noticed that when I was actually inputting the brief overview within my template, it tended to do better than when I left it blank. Now, do you have to have it in there? No. As a matter of fact, I could actually just hit this with nothing in there. And it will give me an example of a romantic comedy. Excuse me. I can do the same thing over here on Claude. And you can see where I had no information in there, and it is giving me an outline. Now, if I want to be specific, I could go in here and let's go back to the one that I created earlier. Here we are. So let's go in, and I want to write an outline of a feature film. Okay, so I need to look at my title. So my title is Echoes in the Shadows. My genre is mystery thriller. Let's take a look at our log line. And I'm going to come in here and enter it here in my prompt under the section that says to input your log line. And then I'm going to take the whole brief overview that I created. I'm going to take that whole thing and I'm going to plug that into my overview. So here is where I input my overview. And I'm going to hit enter. And there it is, Echoes in the Shadows. Now, any pertinent information that you want or you feel is vital to your outline, you would make sure that that was inside of that brief. So let's do the same thing on Claude. So we already know that Claude can do the same thing that ChatGPT-4 did. It generated content without anything inside of the prompt. But I want to go ahead and see what it looks like when we do add something within Claude. So first things first, we're going to enter our film name, which is The Last Sunset. We are going to enter the genre, and the genre is drama. We are going to grab the log line, and let's plug that in. See, here's the log line. Enter a one-sentence summary of your film. Okay, so that's where our log line goes. Next, I'm going to come down here and grab the brief overview. And I'm going to find that location here in my prompt. Enter the brief overview of your film here. Now you can also use this for not only for features, but for pilots as well. But I do have a few other prompts that I am perfecting that I like to use with my pilots. So I can use some of these for my pilots, but for the most part, I use a completely different set for my pilots. So let me go ahead and hit enter on there. And while that's thinking, let's take a look at, do you see how much more fleshed out that this looks on this outline with me giving the brief overview? my plot point 1 is meatier. My act 1 content seems meatier. I have my act 2, my act 3. Now, this is just for my outline. Now, I can also see my outline here on Claude. Also has my setup, my confrontation, my climax. Now, let's go ahead and scroll down. Now, this is an outline. Your outline, if you wanted it longer, you could ask Chat or Claude to expand. Maybe you need something short to send to somebody, but maybe somebody else wants, 5 pages. You can ask the AI to expand on the areas. You can read through these. You can impart additional content. You can ask Chat to remove things, add things in. Again, make it your own story. Add additional content in there. Flesh it out to be the story you want it to be. Now, in the spirit of conserving time, I'm not going to go through and flesh these out because I'm just showing you how to use the prompts. And that's it for this episode of AI Writers Connection, folks. If you found our content useful, please give us a big thumbs up. We really appreciate your support, and it helps us continue to bring you quality content. Don't forget to tap on the bell icon so you'll get notification every time we upload a new video. We've got a ton of exciting stuff in the works, and you definitely won't want to miss it. If you have any questions or comments about the prompts we discussed today, or if there are specific topics you want us to cover in future episodes, make sure to drop them in the comments section below. We're always on the lookout for great suggestions from our community. And speaking of community, we'd love to invite you to join the AI Writers Connection Discord group. You'll find a supportive community of like-minded individuals there, all sharing their experiences and ideas. Plus, we have all the prompts we've discussed and many more inside the Discord group. You can find the link in the Discord group in the video description. Last but not least, if you haven't already, hit the subscription button, join our AI Writers Connection family, and stay up to date with all things related to AI writing. We're all about creating a community where we can learn, grow, and help each other on our AI writing journey. So come aboard. Thank you for spending your time with us today, and until next time, keep writing and stay inspired.